As I promised in the Facebook posting, I showed a picture of a vertical modern mask design. It's one where all the flowers are facing upwards and it's built in the tower. And I wanted to show you the mechanics behind this particular design. First of all, I have a broad container. It could be a tall, skinny cylinder container, but it needs to have lots of room for water because the water tends to drain down in a vertical mechanical situation with the foam. And we're going to first put a layer of foam underneath, a solid piece of foam, onto which we build the vertical pieces. These are actually 2.5 stacked high of regular sized brick cut into a sort of a square cylinder stacked on top of each other. So there's 2.5 high from the bottom of the foam, bottom foam. And then it's supported by just sticks. These are zebra sticks on either side, or snake sticks on either side. It could be very easily done with river cane, or it could be done with bamboo, what have you. I decided to just pick any sticks that I have on hand, just to show you that it really doesn't matter what sort of sticks that you use. It just needs to be sturdy enough to hold the foam in place and taped around. So there's snake wood here, snake wood here, snake wood on all 4 sides, and then taped together with a 1/2 inch waterproof tape so that the whole thing is a solid stack of foam, that it doesn't move or it doesn't shift. It's just nice and solid. So that's what I start with, and that's kind of what it looks like. Now what I did is I'm going to show you the front where I've started some of the construction. What I've done here is taken 2 pieces of the dark brown tea leaves, and the rib goes into the corner of this squared stack. And so that most of the insertions goes through the foliage right here of the tea leaf. And so there's 1, 2, and to complete this, I want to put 2 more on the back side. I just wanted to keep that this way so you can see the mechanics of it. I put in the leaves, which are, inserted into the foam underneath. It's wrapped with a bouillon, the copper bouillon, so that it stays nice together and keep the tower nice and neat. And so what I'm going to do is just show you the process. I started with the 2 anthurium, 1 at the bottom, 1 at the top, inserted into foam. And then I went and took a full bunch of carnations in that real bright hot pink and inserted them into the foam through the tea leaves. I've also decided to cover the surface with the cranberries, so seeing as it's Christmas season, I thought that would be a nice way to finish this off at the base. So I started with that. And I'm going to start next with another selection of flowers, the Germani, the red, and I got them all wood picked, so all I have to do is just push it in. And I'm just going to find surfaces that will accept it. There's some tape in there, so you're going to have to sort of fish through it a little bit. But you're going to find spots to just help fill these open spaces here. So that's 10 actually that I have of the Germani that I'm going to insert into this. And I'm going to turn it around in a minute so you can see how that looks. Oops, this one's springing out. I think it's hitting the foam, the tape underneath. So this is kind of what it looks like to put the Germani in this stack of foam. Now, one thing I didn't mention earlier is that each stack of between each stack, like this foam and then this foam and that piece, 1/2, 1, 1, I actually have a layer of plastic underneath or in between each one of those layer. And what that does is prevent the foam from completely drying out from top to bottom. It keeps each layer to retain moisture at the bottom of each one, which is really a great thing, because then as you water, it retains moisture to the bottom of that foam, and then another one, so that all you have to do is go in with a baster to finish it off, watering every now and then. And then I'm going to go in and work with these roses. These are freedom roses, and I've already got them cut, and I'm going to insert them in between these carnations so that it looks really, really beautiful. You can see that it brings out the color of each one of these roses so beautifully. And of course, you're looking at it almost frontally. So you're getting the maximum exposure of these flowers full on, which is really the beauty of this particular type of a design, is that you're getting the visual value, the best that the flower can give, because you're designing into it just front on. So I'm going to sort of work with this. There's a 12 roses actually I put in here, in this mix here, just so that you can see how much ground this covers. And I'm just going to tuck that in. And let's go and tuck this in. So this is so far 25 carnations, 10 germini, and then 2 anthuriums. Work with next the beautiful gloriosa lilies, because I think that's the reason why I decided to pick that sort of the hot pink carnations, because it has a little bit more pink to it. And I'm going to just insert it through. You have to be very careful with the insertions to make sure that it penetrates through that tea leaf nice and firm. You can hear it, just sort of breaking that surface. And having the tea leaf, the dark color tea leaf, makes it possible so that if you still have a little bit of that color showing through, you don't have to go, it's not like foam that needs to be covered. It really is like a background. So it's very important, depending on what color your color selection of flower is going to be, that you end up using a background that helps cover the foam of that similar tone. Okay, so this looks like about the finished result that we're trying to achieve. We have actually added some cranberries on toothpicks, all of the gloriosa lilies. Right now we have 25 pink carnations, 10 mini gerbs or germinis, and then we have the 12 roses and 15 gloriosas that finishes up almost all 3 sides. So really, with an addition of 1/3 more, you're gonna get a tower of, it's really a vertical modern mass design. What I like to do is work with the monochromatics. I think when you work with monochromatics, you get such beautiful richness of the different colors, the different shades of that color, and in combination with the textures. And I think you get a much more exciting design working in this manner with the monochromatics. Do you not think that the gloriosa lilies are really the biggest thrill in this design? It's because it has that beautiful sort of wavy petals with the edging of yellow, and the stamens and the pistils doing its really fun kind of a playful look, and it creates such a wonderful movement through this design. So anyway, with the cranberries on the bottom, you get a very festive looking arrangement that could be perfect for Christmas parties or any kind of a party year round.